Welcome, Valpo fans, to another edition of the Valpo Coaches Show, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. I'm Aaron Levitt. Joining me today, the head coach of the Valpo soccer program, John Marovich. Coach, thanks for joining me today.
I'm happy to be here with you today.
Obviously, you look at your guys' last couple weeks, it's been a rough start to Valley play for you results-wise. 3 losses, all kind of a little different. Indiana State, you have the better of the game. The final score doesn't go your way. Drake, you're leading into the final 10 minutes before they score a couple late goals. And then last time out, UNI, you have a really good chance early, can't put it away. Then you give away an early goal and are chasing the game for most of the game. Just what have you seen on the field from your team, both positive and negative, in those first 3 Valley games?
Yeah, there's tons of things, and I wouldn't say that you look at results. I think again that's the way people will measure you, but the results that we've had probably don't necessarily dictate how we've played in some of those games. We come into the conference at 4-4, and I think we had probably a fair amount of results right there. I think right now we're kind of reeling a little bit because some of those final moments, don't go our way. But what has happened is the way we start matches. So we've started matches better in all 3 of those games. On Sunday against, you and I, a little bit different because we had the great chance early and didn't put that away. And I think that would have carried us through that match. And then you give something away afterwards. And that's when I think, stress starts to really kick in, to the group. But the really good things that you can take away from all of those matches is that we look more like ourselves. And what I mean by that is the way we want to play, which is very intentional. We have a pretty specific game model. So you start to see some of these things start to happen for, the very young group that we have. And so we took those moments and we're going to highlight those moments. And then we're going to take the moments that didn't go our way. We have to process those. And then how do we get rid of them, or how do we handle them better the next time? And so that's what I look at these 3 games. Probably not, the results that we deserved in every moment, but it's the results that we got. And so we have to be able to process those and take away the really good things. But what I'm most encouraged about is that we're actually looking more like ourselves, which is a really, really good thing.
Is it tricky as a coach when you're on a run of results like this? You talk about you're playing more like yourself. You're looking like what we want our team to be, and which it's easy for you to say, you've been around the game forever. But when you've got a group, you've got upperclassmen who've experienced really nothing but success here. You've got a large group of freshmen who are contributing. Is it tough as a coach to try and keep that group together where, okay, yes, we're playing like we want to play, but they're looking at the results and they haven't been going our way?
Well, I think what it does is it gives us the great opportunity to teach and grow these players into strong, confident, powerful women. Because the reality is that, yeah, most of these players have only known that great success in the Valley. And they learned that from older players. And the younger players come in, and then we lose some of our older players. You lose Dana, you lose Peyton Evans, like you lose those players even before you really get going, seniors. And now everybody has to step up. And so you have a young group with older players that are trying to teach and lead. And what you get is a very young team that has to grow through moments. And is it hard? Sure, it's hard because everybody looks at results and that's how we try to measure ourselves. And that's actually the wrong thing. We need to measure ourselves by our performance and our process. And that's why I think you see the ups and the downs. Play well, then we have a bit of a subpar game, and then we play well again for a couple of games, and now we're kind of like on this downward stretch of results, but maybe in a somewhat of an upward trend in the way we play. We're not finishing. We're not creating, the chances that we need to create. Or when we get into those difficult moments, then we talk about confidence. And I think that's what we are really focusing in on right now, because I believe, right, that players have confidence because they feel like, oh, I played well, so now I'm confident, right? There's a great book, The Confidence Gap, by Russ Harris. And confidence, the action of confidence comes first, the feelings of confidence come second. And so we're really talking about what is confidence? Confidence is the resiliency to move to the next play with purpose. Because in any sport that you play, you're going to have moments where you miss an assignment or I made a mistake. If you live in that mistake, it's not where you want to be. You have to move on to the next play and you have to do it with purpose. What's important now? So confidence is a choice. And so with young players and young teams that are kind of going on this up and down, it's about understanding what confidence is. And so we are defining that confidence is the resiliency to move on to the next play with purpose that keeps you on task and not to look at one particular play that went bad and you give up a goal and then all of a sudden the mountain seems too big, right? That's caving into fear, into stress. You don't cave into those things. This program has earned stress and pressure as a reward for having success. We want to thrive in those moments. And the only way you learn that is by learning how to process that. And so that's the off the field stuff that is really, really important. And that's what this group is learning right now. And if they can put all of those things together, then they'll get the results as they grow into that. But that's what's the most important thing right now.
No matter how the results have been going, how the performances have been going, there's one day that's always really special. This Sunday at Brown Field is senior day. You're honoring the senior class, recognizing their families and support systems. And it's the large group: Ella Shad, Sam Gatunis, Peyton Evans, Addie Joyner, Dana Fish, Lauren Cook, Kara Crumpton, Abby White, and Emma Morrison. It's going to be a long senior script right there. What has this group meant to you personally and to the program as a whole?
Well, what they've meant is they've kind of been through this journey with us, through COVID, right? Some of them are recruited through COVID. I remember, I gave the tour of campus to Emma Morrison on FaceTime as she's walking around campus. This group was, a group that had to be resilient. They had to be think outside the box in their recruiting process. Their recruitment wasn't the smoothest of things, right? So what they've meant is that they were willing to take a chance here on Valpo University, our women's soccer program, this community, without actually getting to meet some of us actually live and in person. And so I think that belief that they had in the university and in this program is what means the most to me. And I think they've proven that because when you look across the board with everybody in that class, they are what this program is about. You have Addie and Kara who write for the Torch. They have used their time and talent beyond their soccer ability to give back to the university. Emma Morrison and Addie do things within the College of Business for their social media. Lauren, Sam, and all the others, they're involved in their different things. Sam does the nursing program, which is a difficult major, but she again showing that you can be a great student and a great soccer player, right? Everybody has given back to this university and to this program in so many ways beyond the field. That's what's the most important to me. That's what this group will always remind me of, or what they mean to me is how they've really lived out the mission and purpose and the environment of this program.
Your team's back in action Thursday at Illinois State. You can watch that on ESPN Plus at 6 p.m. Sunday afternoon here at Brown Field, it's senior day versus Southern Illinois. Kickoff at 1 p.m., but be in your seats early, 12:40 for the senior day ceremony. Coach Marovich, thanks for joining me today. Good luck the next couple weeks.
Thank you, Aaron. You guys have a great week.
Till next time, this has been the Valpo Coaches Show, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.